Capricorn, how's it going? Thank you for joining me. Okay, all right. Jen here from tarotspirit.net, and your cards are just flying out. That one wants to come. So this, you're going to have the wisdom this month of when to persevere and keep working on something, fighting for a relationship, I've stayed in jobs before where I've been, it's like every time I'm like, find a new job because they've been promising me all sorts of stuff. Excuse me, I'm going to have some water. Like the job I recently left, whatever, long story, but I get this new job. It's a promotion, a lot more money. And the really nice guy brings me, who is sort of new to his role that I've known for a while on the docks, brings me in and said, "Oh, we were going to make you like the manager of the coordinators." I'm just like, well, you told me you were going to give me another raise that didn't come through. So why? Like, it's almost like right when I'm like out of a place, all of a sudden they tell me about all these plans. But it's like, you know what? You have to go, just like a relationship, a job, anything, you have to go with what is in front of you. You can't stay on promises or the ideal or how this person could be if they just fill in the blank, stop drinking, stop being angry, got a decent job, dealt with their shit. It's like, no, they're a lazy fuck that doesn't work right now and is angry all the time and is drinking. That's like, if that's your ideal mate, great. But if not, that's the way it is. There is no guarantee things are going to change. So you really have to look at things at face value in some area of your life. It could be anything. It could be the lady that runs your kids' daycare. Like, it's just always difficult. And wherever, and just be like, okay, I have to stop listening to the promises or the whatever and how things are, and make a decision based on that, not on anything else. There is a new job. There is a new job, a new communication about work, about something that inspires you, that you're excited about. Some of you, I could see you working with kids, but it's time to really weigh, like, I think you've waited long enough, and you need to make a decision based on now, and not, put too much more time and energy into a situation, but base it on how things are now. I see for some of you a child being like something, you'll interact with a child. Now it could be like, your own child or a niece or nephew or friends or whatever. And it's like they say something to you, and it's just like the most profound thing you've ever heard. And it just like really shakes, like gives you a wake up call. A lot of people have been getting the Judgment card, and you're just like, holy shit, this kid is right. Like, I mean, it just like rocks your world. You're like, and it makes you make some significant changes in your life, really for the better. And it's all because you just heard this one thing at the perfect time from the perfect person, and it just, you got it. You've probably heard the same thing from, in a million different places from a million different people. But for some reason in that moment, it just lands right. And it's very inspiring to you. You're going to be very inspired for a new career or a new, I see a lot of people starting to move, starting to walk, starting to exercise, starting to run, starting new hobbies, like really discovering something that really inspires them, motivates them, they're enthusiastic about, that really excites them. Whoa. And I think for some of you, mentally, you have to get moving. Like, you have to get out of your head. And it can be going back to weighing something, whether, it's time to move on from something that you're like, but what about this? But what about this? But what about this? But what if they do this? They said they were going to do that. That, mentally, going over things. And I mean, for some of you, you're up at night worrying. But someone's behavior is you need to have enough of it. No more excusing someone's, it could be a kid, I guess, for some of you. No more excusing someone's behavior. It's like tough love. It's time to, and this is kind of a different message than before. And so, but for some of you, it's tough love. They maybe need to get sent out. You may have a friend or a child or something that it's time for them to go out on their own. It's going to be the best thing that ever happened to them. It is. It's like, it's time. It's time for them to, and it could be you. It's time for you to break out on your own, for you to, a new phase in your life. And it may be scary. I have this toy. I have a box of toys from my son's room that the room was done when he was 4 and 5. And so I've cleaned out, like, we had all sorts of stuff in the closet, but now I have these boxes down here, and this one puzzle keeps going off. Anyway, that's what that siren was. It kind of freaks the hell out of me. Who am I doing? Capricorn? Yeah, it's time to bring things into balance. I see it bringing in a new relationship for some of you. But yeah, there's something that needs to be, there's something that's just weighing on you and dragging you down, and you need to cut it free and let it go so your life can be more in balance. And it may feel, there may be some codependency going on here. You may feel very guilty, but it's going to be the best thing for you or this other person or this situation is to walk away, to cut free. It doesn't have to be a burning of the bridge or anything, but it's like an encouraging, push, like, hey, you can do this, and you will thrive in a new environment, in a new situation, trying something new, a new phase in your life. So it's really going to be a gift to you or this other person or this situation, to sort of break free and reinvent it, do it a different way, do something new, try a new way of doing things. I do see for some of you, this is a romantic relationship coming in. It could be for some of you, like, if you're in a relationship with someone and you're just like, I'm sick of your shit. Like, you need to stop doing this or you're out. Like, I'm done. And it's the wake-up call they need. Not that it's your responsibility to change or that you can change someone, but sometimes, like, it takes, unfortunately, that level of putting your foot down. But it's time to put your foot down about something. But for some of you, they may walk, and for some of you, it may be the wake-up call. This judgment, this wake-up call is very, very prominent through everyone's reading this month. You may want to watch your rising, always your rising, because that's usually resonates more in your sun sign, but your moon sign as well. Some of you, this is kind of random, maybe doing some charity work this summer. or winter. I know it's not summer for everyone, depending on where you're watching, but if you're ever feeling sorry for yourself, we have this Nine of Swords and the Seven of Swords. They're really like in your head energies, and you can really lose perspective. Go volunteer somewhere. Volunteer with kids, or, at a cancer center or something. And, things can get really, you can bring things back into balance and into perspective pretty quickly when you're seeing kids with cancer. You know what I mean? It's like, it's hard to feel sorry for yourself unless, God forbid, and obviously I'm not talking to you if that really is something that's happening to you, but if, your relationship broke up, or you're having a hard time at work or something, and yeah, it can be horrible, and I'm not saying it doesn't suck, but boy, it can help put things in perspective if, your kid doesn't have cancer. It's like, yeah, okay, shit could be worse. So, all right, that was kind of a weird reading compared to the other ones, but anyway, that's what it was. So Capricorn, I hope you have a wonderful month of June. Take care.